All right, Don and I revisited Flex Mentallo.
Actually, I'd never read this.
You've never, but you own it.
I just bought
Oh, you
this,
just bought it.
the deluxe edition hardcover when it came out probably a year
Okay,
ago or whatever.
cool.
I I have like one issue that I
All
picked
right,
up
well, we
like
can't get off topic. I haven't ever read it before either, so we both
oh
read it
okay.
for the first time.
Yeah, first time. It's interesting. The deluxe edition, it's a part of the Black Label, which it came out way
Wait,
before
it
Black
was
Label.
Vertigo, right? Like it was
Yeah, it had to be
because
Vertigo.
well, I think uh, after reading a bit, he came out of the Doom Patrol run.
Is this so? That's what I'm curious, like where this came out of, because this is like way Grant Morrison. Like you either really like Grant Morrison or you don't like Grant Morrison, right? With this, and it
Yeah,
seems
I
like
feel like
early on,
it's
like
yeah,
he did this. Like, how does he have a career? Like after this
because
book?
people dug it.
Yeah, I
Like people dug
guess.
Doom Patrol because it was different.
Right.
Yeah, and this is a lot like Doom Patrol.
This is very meta, very Grant Morrison.
This is very meta, more so than probably Doom Patrol. I think this was
Yes. So I did enjoy, like, I mean, I enjoyed it. The art's awesome. Frank Quitely on the artwork,
oh yeah.
amazing. Oh my God. Like, I think I don't mean this as an insult. I think he's gotten worse because this art is awesome. You know what I mean? Like, I know
I don't think he's gotten worse.
he hasn't gotten worse, but it's just a way to say that I can't believe he's like this good this early on. Like,
Yeah.
it's so good. Um, so I did enjoy like at least in mine,
Mhm.
they had the intro. Did you read an intro or whatever?
Yeah.
And they kind of gave the
You
history.
have the same book, John. It's just digital instead
Okay.
of
Well,
hardcover.
I don't know what version you have.
So I have the deluxe, super amazing deluxe version.
Okay. So what I got out of this is there's this character Flex Mentallo who
Yeah.
is basically a superhero, man of muscle mystery.
Man
of
muscle mystery.
Yes.
He's a dig on the old Charles Atlas stuff.
Right.
In
Like they
fact, I
kick the
think Charles
sand in your
Atlas
feet,
tried to sue him.
really,
Yeah.
like the kid, you get sand kicked in your face and then you become the muscle man, like the leopard skin.
I thought he was
all
Tarzan.
those
Briefs.
briefs. It's so Flex Mentallo is a character. It's almost like Tron, right? Like they're in or the Matrix. Like Flex Mentallo is a creation of another. Like it's a creation of an artist that lives in the real world and had created this character in this world, right?
Yeah, so
And
it's kind of
so
multidimensional. Like you see that character, and he's talking about his creation of Flex Mentallo.
right,
Yeah,
and then but it's played off kind of vague, like because the guy that's the creator of Flex Mentallo or whatever is like kind of insane or going insane or having like some kind
it's
of
like
a
a mental
crisis.
breakdown.
Right, a mental breakdown where he thinks he took a bunch of pills, but it could have been candy, M&Ms or whatever. I don't remember what it was, but like there's that whole thing where he doesn't know whether he's crazy or if he's and then it comes into the whole different worlds. Like he sees the creator guy like in his world like sees different worlds. So it's am I not explaining that well? What do you
No, you're fine.
Okay. So what I got out of it was Flex Mentallo was just a whole creation of a whole world of characters. This writer guy is the guy that created it. And then I don't remember how it ends. Does like that world end? I don't remember.
I thought Flex Mentallo saved the world.
Did he?
Maybe. Well, because within that world, there's like a guy called like the Fact who is almost like killed all the superheroes or captured them,
Mm-hmm.
and so Flex Mentallo goes and confronts him and basically, you know, frees those heroes of this pocket universe or alternate reality or whatever it
Right.
is. But yeah, you're right. It's very meta. So like the guy who created stuff, he kind of almost feels like he's sort of a pseudo autobiographical version of Grant Morrison, right? Because the guy's talking about how like the comic books he read and how like he grew up reading comics and then he wrote them, and how they really. It's kind of meta, like you said. Like that guy's kind of like your comic book collector, fan, writer who grew up reading comics.
Right.
And you get a lot of insight into him and he's kind of like he jokes, it's like, oh, I read comics until I found out about girls, and then I stopped reading comics for a while, which you hear all the time.
Right.
It's like, so I don't know. It was interesting. It's only 4 issues, but man, did it feel long.
Yeah.
I thought the sections with the writer guy, just talking to himself, or he's talking on the phone, but you don't know who he's talking to.
But it's not really a phone. It's like he thinks it's a phone, but it's
Yeah.
like a toy or something.
Yeah.
Like a car.
So he's basically talking to himself.
Right.
But yeah, the scenes where there's pages of him talking to himself, I mean, those got a little tedious at points, but
Yeah.
The art looks amazing in this one
the
because you
art is
said like
amazing.
It
right
is.
there,
It's so good.
but man, this thing looks just like it. Oh,
I
it
know
looks like
it
it's
is.
something I would hate.
Scott would have hated it.
Just
I'm
flipping
so
through
glad he
it,
didn't read.
I'm just
Yeah.
Actually, I wish you would have.
I'm not
Just
sure I
'cause
would have made it through.
I don't think you would have.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I said, it's only 4 issues, so that's good. And I mean, it's pretty dense, but the art kind of keeps you going, and it is kind of at the end where you see how it all kind of ties together. You're like, oh, it's kind of a neat idea. You know, you got this kind of meta thing where this guy's like kind of Grant Morrison. He's creating these heroes, and all the heroes are kind of their own little world. Yeah,
But not. I wonder. I was like, I don't know the time frame that this came out. It's got to be like what, mid-90s
yeah, sounds right.
ish.
Yeah,
But like, would this have been more of an original idea back then than now? Like, have we seen this like too many times? Because I know like Final Crisis, like Grant Morrison did like one of the Crisis books, right? Like Final Crisis. I was saying like I think Grant Morrison has done this again, like later on,
gotcha.
kind of the same thing.
Does he have similar
Like-
themes? You
Like
think
we
maybe?
always talk about, right? Like Watchmen. If you read Watchmen now, it doesn't have the same effect that it had if you would have read it in 1985 because it's been redone over and over and over again since then.
Well, there's only what
So-
5 or 6 stories in the world anyway. So
Well, no, I understand that, but what I'm saying is, I wonder if this would have had more of an impact, like
if we had read it when it came out.
if we had read it when it came out.
Probably, because I think Grant Morrison is very fixated on some of these themes, and they kind of percolate through all his work. So if you've read his other work and you go back and read this, you're like, oh, this was like a early, blueprint of those stories
Right.
almost.
But then you could also have read this, and then when you get to the fifth one or four, I don't know how many, like say the third one that he's done, right? Like then
Yeah.
you're like, oh, this is just like Flex Mentallo, whereas we're like Flex Mentallo is just like this. So
he does kind of like those alternate realities or
So
or
multiverse,
parallel multiverse.
and he
things
likes the
like
crazy stuff too, because like I've listened to interviews with him. It's been a while, but like he really likes like the Silver Age of like Superman, where everything was nuts, where they were just throwing stuff, like at the wall, like just crazy characters and things like that. So I think that was a huge influence on him. But anyway, and that kind of reads like that, like it's almost kind of like a love letter to like the crazy like Silver Age of comics.
Yeah,
But yeah, I enjoyed it.
cool. It was worth reading.
Yes,
It wasn't my
absolutely.
favorite thing, but it's not my worst thing I've read by Grant Morrison.
Oh no.
Slight tangent, which I thought was kind of funny when you said like if it would have had more impact if it had been, I have a guy at work, he's in like our book club or whatever, and he's a younger guy, and he just watched the Lord of the Rings movies for the first time. He's like, yeah, when I saw them, they seemed kind of like tropey and just imitating everything else. You know what I mean? Like I've seen all this stuff before, and I'm like, yeah, but everything else was based on that. Like it was original, but if you watch it after you've watched all those other things, it feels like it's just derivative, right?
Mhm.
It's the same, like
we had those problems though too, because
Yeah.
to a point, you in particular, Drew, were always I felt up a little bit better on some of those
maybe I read stuff in order.
differences. Well, things that were going to be, what I say, classics or whatever. I think you had broader horizons maybe in general. But I just remember back when we even met in college, you were like, "You haven't seen Blade Runner?" And I remember watching that and I'm going, "Well, yeah, it was okay, but
Yeah.
I also watched it 10 to 15 years
Too
after
late.
it came out." Yeah, so those things happen.
But Blader is in the future.
But
It
someone
is.
also
So it shouldn't be
complained.
old.
You would think.
Someone also, when we were talking about Lord of the Rings, he complained about Citizen Kane. He's like, "Yeah, I know it's like influential a bit, all this stuff, but it's all been done since." then." I'm like, but I can go back and watch something and appreciate when it was done and understand that, hey, this was like,
Right.
I can keep that in the back of my mind as I'm experiencing it. And go, yeah, this was really innovative when it first came out. Like I can appreciate it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I try to do that as well.
Sometimes
but
you can't, sometimes you can't,
that's
right?
right.
Depends
And
on
sometimes it depends
Absolutely.
on the material being done.
absolutely.